What's happening, everybody? It's your boy. I'm back. I'm back. This is your boy, Stanley Doucette, and I am live here on One Voice Radio. Listen, for those that's logging in for the first time, thank you so much. This is the Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette, and I am he. I do not take your time for granted. No, sir. No, ma'am. No how. No way. I am absolutely excited that you guys are with me today. I'm having a ball right now. I'm laughing at my own self. I got my notes and everything, and I'm just tickled right now because it was something about this podcast that I want to do, and I want to make sure that I share it with you the way it came to me. So y'all bear with me. So I want to greet everybody from wherever you're calling from, whether it's Denmark, whether it is South America, whether it's South of Africa, whether it's Australia, whether it's right here in the United States, whether it's in New Orleans, Louisiana, where I'm originally from, whether it's Atlanta, Georgia, where I reside, wherever you are. What's good? How you doing? How your mom and them? How your uncle and them doing? How everybody them doing? I just want to say hello to you guys. Listen, it's so much that's going on in the world right now, but I'm asking everybody just to take a deep breath and smile. We're going to have a lot of fun on today's podcast because it's going to talk about something that I think is fun because of what I witnessed today or yesterday, I think it was, or one of them days. But on this Monday, I just want to make sure that you guys truly just embrace the moment because I'm going to ask you, who are you in this particular podcast? I like, which one are you? So please, family, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to just have some fun and laugh and smile. Only you know the answers to these questions. Only you. It's only 4 questions, so only you know the answers to these questions, but you will know which person you are, and you'll be able to say that, yep, that's me. That is me right there. I am absolutely that one. So I'm excited about that. Listen, before I go into the actual podcast, the content and all of the other stuff, for those that's logging in for the first time, thank you. I truly, truly say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because you could be doing anything else but listening to this podcast. But today you chose to listen to us, and I just say thank you so very much. For those that's logging in for the second time, the third time, the 99th time, thank you. I am humbled. I am grateful. I thank you for your time. I don't take that for granted because you can be doing anything else, like I said, but just because you're here, I want to make sure, at least if nothing else, I put a smile on your face. Matter of fact, just smile, everybody. Just take a deep breath and smile. Whatever you may be going through or not going through, whatever raise you just got, or whatever promotion or whatever just gift you got, whatever excitement you're having, just smile. Just smile. Some people are just high on life. Some people just doing other things and just enjoying themselves. Just smile. If you're just coming off a vacation, smile. If you're about to go on vacation, smile. If you're just getting on a cruise ship, smile. If you're just getting off the cruise ship, smile. You're just getting on a plane, smile. You're just getting off the plane, smile. Whether you're just getting off the road trip, smile. Whether you're on the road trip, smile. It doesn't matter. Just smile. Just smile. Just smile. Just smile. Just smile. Now that we've done all of the smiles, listen, for all those that's logging in and having, would you guys do me a favor and go to all of the social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So for LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, you guys will go there, like, subscribe, share, post all of those good things, invite others to come. On my YouTube channel, please, I am asking you guys, please go to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of fun there. I periodically put some other powerful messages there, some inspirational messages. Some stuff I'm just going to put on there just to make you laugh, but there's also some things that's going to make you think. It's a lot of content that's already there, and there's more to come. It's absolutely more to come. I am grateful for you guys for doing the things that you do. So go to my YouTube channel. It's Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. It's LET''S. Let's Talk with Stanley, Stanley, and last name is Doucette, D as in David, Cette. The reason I spelled that out because a couple people say they went, they couldn't find it and realized, unfortunately, it was spelling my name wrong. So I just wanted to put that out there for everybody to have. All right. So let's go to work. The name of the podcast today, or the topic I'm just going to talk about, is just parenting. It's just absolutely parenting. Which one are you? Just parenting. What parent are you? Now I'm gonna give you just four, right? But what parent are you? I'm not gonna go into the details now and but I want to share with you guys how it actually came about to come to this actual podcast. So I was in Walmart with my dad, and we were going down the aisle, and he's picking up things and doing his thing, and I saw a kid with the buggy. And those for that's in America, you got little buggies that's in the grocery stores, right? So when people putting their things in the little buggy, and I think it was a guy, yeah, pushing his basket, and oh my goodness, he ran over the back of his mama's heel and the Achilles. Can't stop laughing because I saw the look on her face. The the look on her face of fury. The reason now some of y'all may not think that's funny, but the reason I'm laughing is because I remember way back in the day, I did the same thing to my mom. The amount of fury that came out of my mom's face because I ran over her heel and her Achilles with the buggy. And to see it so many years later, that same look from the mother, I just laughed. I couldn't stop myself. If you're on YouTube, I'm laughing to cry. So listen, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at the mom. I'm not laughing at my mom. What I'm laughing at is it brought me back to a particular space when I was a kid, because when he did it, I cringed. I was like, ooh, I know what type of ooh. And I just thought about it, right? And I just cringed. I'm like, like, oh my goodness. So I say that, then I started thinking, right? And I was like, you know what? We can do a podcast just on parenting. And the reason I say that is because parenting is one of those most powerful institutions that I would call it for anyone. It helps mold, shape the child overall. So when you're doing those things, you want to make sure that you're getting all the information and sharing. For those parents that are out there, you guys know this is going to come with a handbook. This is not a handbook. This is not a book. I know so somebody was sharing with me one day, they was like, oh, in the book it says this. Listen, a book is somebody's opinion. That does not make it right for no other child, but maybe that one child. They could give you some advice or maybe some thoughts on some things, but it doesn't make it right for one child to the next, right? Every parent know if you have 2 children, 3 children, 40 children, I know 40 children, that's a lot. That's a lot. But anyway, if you have children, you know every child is different. They're vastly different. Even twins are different, right? Their personalities are just different. So we have to parent each child differently. Some children may want to do one thing and you got to do certain things. So let me give you another example. My sister. My sister never had a curfew. I mean, never in her life had a curfew, right? She just didn't. My parents didn't give her a curfew. They didn't, they encouraged her to go out and all those things. But my sister was more, I don't want to say a homebody. She likes to do things, but she would come home and chill and do her thing in her room and all of those things. Your boy, I think I had a curfew coming out my mama's womb. I just didn't know. Yeah, if you tell me to be home for 1 o'clock, I'm gonna be home for 12:58. And the 2 minutes is for me to get from the car to inside the house. I don't, yep, that's right. They didn't have to encourage me to go out. They didn't have to encourage me to go to a party or any of those things. I didn't miss one. As a matter of fact, when I was at Southern, shout out to my Jaguar Nation. When I was at Southern, I had perfect attendance. I literally had perfect attendance when I was at Southern. I mean, I went to Southern and graduated and got my degree and all those good things, but I had perfect attendance. Perfect attendance in party, that is. I did not miss a party. Anything, listen, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Thursdays was college night. And I know some places will still have Thursday night as college night at the clubs or parties or wherever it was, right? Friday we were going somewhere. Somebody had a party, some club had something. Saturday during football season, well, I'm an HBCU grad. So listen, especially if we playing at home. So you're talking about that Saturday, we preparing all day from the tailgate to the to the game, to the band, the halftime show. Then after that, maybe about fourth quarter, or maybe sometime in the fourth quarter, we're leaving. Why we're leaving? Because we're gonna get ready for the party, right? And then we're gonna party until that's over, and then we'll return back home. That's right. So I didn't miss a party. And then on Sunday, somebody had some type of quote unquote what we call now day parties, right? So you had some type of day party. Somebody had something during the day, maybe started at like 3 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock, go to maybe about 7 or 8 o'clock. Guess who was there? Your boy. I was there, front and center too. I mean, I had a ball. My college experience was phenomenal. I graduated. Yes, I graduated without a doubt. Got my piece of paper and everything. But when I say I had ball, I had fun, I absolutely did. And then on Sunday, we would go home, and after he had the parties and all those things, then I would come back and be like, okay, what homework I have for Monday? What do I have to do to turn in on Monday? Do I have to study or whatever it is? Listen, we was doing a psychology research paper in for psychology research, and of course went to every party, and then realized I had to do the research paper. So I literally stood up from about 9 o'clock to about, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, 12 o'clock. No, I think my class was at 1 o'clock. So all the way until then printed all the other stuff and then turn it in. I didn't go to no classes, but that one class. Turned that in. I went back home and I crashed, right? Why am I saying all of this? I'm saying that because I enjoyed it. My parents knew my sister enjoyed things, but she didn't go hang out as much as I did. I was, listen, we're gonna be there. We're gonna have fun. So it's different parenting for each person or each child, each individual, right? So let me give you the first one, right? Are you this parent? Are you the authoritarian? I can't even say the word. How you say it? Authoritarian, something like that. You the authority. How about that? How about that? Focus on obedience. You focus on punishment, and you focus on discipline. Authoritarian. That's how you say it. I don't know. Somebody gonna talk about me bad. It's okay. It is all right. Just not sure. So listen, when you focus on in this one, are you the authority in the situation, right? Are you only focus on their discipline, making sure they're up at this time, making sure their room is clean, making sure they're folding clothes the way it's supposed to be, making sure you're doing this. If they do something slightly, you're focused on the punishment and making sure that they're punished for 5 days or 10 days or a month or all of those things. I don't know. I have no idea which one are you, right? But the question is, are you the authoritarian or authoritarian or whatever you say the word? Are you the authority in the situation, right? So now you have to ask yourself, if you are, is it something that you grew up with? Is it something that you've been hurt, so you want to make sure? Is it something that you're trying to protect your children or your child from? Regardless of what it is something that has to literally be looked at. And so you'll know which person are you. If you are that, if you are that, then that's what you are. My question is, why? What's the reason behind it? Now, I don't know. I can't talk to you. We all, we doing our thing. I don't know. But which person are you? So now, if you are authoritarian, something, if you one of, I know y'all laughing. Well, I know y'all busting y'all gut laughing at me. I told y'all we're gonna have fun today. If you can't laugh at yourself, don't laugh. Um, So are you that one, right? And if you're the one that is the authoritative person in your space, then okay, that's what it is. Then you the authority. You focus on the obedience and you doing that. I always say, but why? Why? There's a why behind that. See, sometimes people become that parent because of something they may have lacked when they were growing up, or something that they may have looked for when they were growing up. So when we do those things, we have to take a look, a peek, a sneak, or whatever it may be, and then say, hey, this is what it is. And this is why I'm like this, because I want to protect my child because of some of the things I went through. And I want to make sure that that person is good. He may have a military background, or she may have a military background, and that has been helped them raise and became a parent. So that's the style that they know. Nothing wrong with it, but that's the style that they know. Discipline, strictly discipline. So you have to ask yourself, which one are you? All right. So the next one is permissive, right? I know y'all thought I was gonna mess that. I'll probably mess another word up. You go look through all of the podcasts. We probably got all kind of words I didn't bumble. So permissive one is don't enforce rules. That's the absolute opposite of, I'm not gonna say the word again. Y'all thought I was gonna y'all ain't setting me up, but it's the absolute opposite, because if you're permissive, you don't force the rules. It's like kids are gonna be kids. You let the kids run up and down the house. You letting them just play and play and play. They don't clean the room. They don't clean their bathroom. They don't pick up behind themselves. They sit and eat and get up and go do their thing. They don't pick up. That's a permissive type of parenting. Again, that's your choice. That's your style. But then I would ask the same question again, is why? For what? What's the reason you're doing that? Perhaps you had someone that was what would I say, that was too strict on you, right? That was the one that was, you have to do this and you have to do this, and focused on discipline. And now you want to do the opposite for your child and say, you know what, I'm gonna be a little bit more lenient. I'm gonna let Stanley hang out all night. I'm gonna let the kids run up and down the house. I'm just gonna pick up behind them and just blame it on kids will be kids. I understand that. I don't know which one you are. I know a lot of times just in my observation, in my own opinion, is I've noticed a lot of people that were strict, or kids that were strict when they were kids. They come up as parents and they're a little bit more soft on their children than what their parents were on them, right? So in this case, you may be permissive, and you don't force any type of rules, or you may force very, very light rules, right? But that may be it, because you don't want the kid to grow up with the trauma that you may have had, or you may think certain things were just wrong and you didn't understand them. So you don't want your child to have to face or go through any of those things. So guess what? Because of that, you became permissive. I mean, that's what it is. Okay, go ahead and do your thing. But your boy, yeah, no, I wish my parents was permissive when I was growing up. I can't even tell y'all how many parties I missed, and I was just totally disgusted. Just like it was the worst thing in the world. I was just totally disgusted. But anyway, y'all remember this one? For some of you guys that grew up, and he had street lights, and the street lights would come on automatically at a certain time. So if you were on a particular street, they would have street lights, and once it started getting dark, the street lights will come on. Oh, baby, let me just tell y'all, you better not let them street lights catch you. Listen, when those lights come on, football games stop, basketball games stop, baseball games stop, soccer games, I don't care what you're playing. Freeze tag, you're it, chase, whatever you want to call it, hopscotch, jump rope, double dutch, I don't care what you're doing. When those street lights come on, baby, you better go run and do your thing and keep it rocking and rolling so we can make some things happen in a massive, massive way. I promise you, permissive is a good thing. But you have to know what is best for your kids and what's best for your lifestyle. So why are you permissive when it comes to parenting in your kids? You have to think about it. You have to figure it out. You have to know it. Regardless of what it is what it is, right? Here's another one, right? Authoritative. You authoritative. Now, what that simply means is create positive relationships and you enforce rules. Now, here's the thing. One authoritarian, I forgot what that was, whatever. Those are the ones that focus on discipline, obedience, punishment, and discipline, right? They're just authoritative is the one that creates a positive relationship. See, the first one, it may not create a positive relationship because that person is walking around like, the mom or the dad is like, I'm in charge. You better be obedient. You better be in order. If not, you're punished for 700 years. Those are those things that person is. But the authoritative person creates a positive relationship. Yes, I hold these rules, we enforce these rules, we make sure you're good, but we also want to create an environment to where you can ask me, we can share, we can talk, we can communicate so you can understand why we did this and why we did that. Where it's not just free fall, you're not permissive, you're just not just doing whatever you want to do, but we also create an environment to where you can talk, you can communicate, you can love on, you can just speak to just different things and be able to get that wisdom that your parents have, right? So you can extract those things. Why do you enforce this rule? Why did my parents enforce that I couldn't stay out all hours of the night? It was a reason. Why was it that, my parents allowed this with me and allowed that with my sister? It was a reason, but it also gave me an opportunity to ask questions. Well, not at that time. Wasn't asking no questions, baby. Old school. Old school. It was like, this is what I said. That's it. Why? Because I said so. How many of y'all said that? Yep. I see y'all. What? Because I said so. That's why. Don't ask me no questions. Yep. I know some of y'all. I know. Why are you doing this? Because I said so. And some stuff didn't make any sense. We get it. But in this space, right? If you're authoritative and you create a positive relationship, a positive environment for that person to ask those questions and be able to do it respectfully, then I think it creates a good thing. But my question, again, like everything else, why? Why are you authoritative in your parenting skills, in your parenting style? What's that reason? I believe we should have well, I'll get to that in at the end. So that's that piece in terms of being authoritative. And then you have I hate to even mention this one, but the parent that's just uninvolved. It's just not involved. Just not involved. Now listen, this person provides little guidance, it provides little nurturing, and it provides little attention. Now, I want to make sure I'm clear on this. You're not an uninvolved parent, whether it's a father or whether it's a mother. If you just worked 2 straight days, 30 something hours, and you sleeping and you don't want to like guide your child or your children or nurture them at the time because you're unconscious to sleep, right? That's one thing. What I'm talking about uninvolved, uninvolved parent is somebody that don't pick up the phone and call their child, or they don't receive calls from their child. They blaming everything else on somebody and all of those things. A lot of times when I hear different people that separate or divorce, I've heard this from a many amount of people around the country. Actually, when people divorce, then a lot of times some of the kids, it's fractured with the kids, right? So the kids then, one parent or another, or both, began to take sides and then put the child in the middle to take sides. And then one parent may take offense to it and then become uninvolved in that child's continued raising. Listen, I don't care if you're 25, 35, 45, 55, 85, right? It's still something about your parents that you want there, right? It doesn't matter. You're always going to be the son. You're always going to be the daughter. Good, bad, or indifferent, you're always going to be there. So when the divorce happens, or when a separation happens, or when a split happens, right? We have to make sure collectively, right? When that happens, those individuals, those parents do not put their child or their children in such a way where now you become uninvolved because you're mad at the other person that you were previously either married to or dating or separate or whatever it may be. You can't put the child in that, regardless of the issues that you may have, regardless of the frustration. You have to put that aside and come together to continue to raise and pour wisdom and all those things into your child. That's just an opinion. Some people may be like, I'm not doing that because she or he took the side of their mother. And now as a dad, as a father, you are out and it's like, you're not even listening to me. You automatically taking her side. You don't even know the whole story and you're frustrated. So what a lot of people do is just don't get involved, just don't talk, just don't even communicate, just do nothing, right? And then you become an uninvolved parent. Now, later on down the line, that doesn't help anybody at all. It doesn't at all because eventually y'all will get over each other, y'all will do whatever, right? But the child is affected, right? So we have to make sure in our parenting skills, we don't become an uninvolved parent at all. We have to make sure we don't become an uninvolved parent. Now, I'm not going to go into this, but from a male perspective and a female perspective, we cannot use the child also as a weapon or a pawn in you being frustrated. I don't care if it's a male, I don't care if it's a female. We can't do that, right? So what we have to do is make sure we put all of our personal issues aside and just make sure we raise the child properly so they can receive all of the guidance, all of the nurturing, all of the attention, all of the mentoring that they need to grow up to be a positive person in society, right? That's, in my opinion, I think that's what we need. Now, I was going to go off, but my aunt told me, she said, stop fussing. She said, some of these people don't even listen to you. And that's the ones that need it, but they still don't listen. All right, so I'm listening to my aunt. I'm not going to fuss. I'm not going to talk about them, but just guys, make sure when we talk about uninvolved parent, that we don't allow other things to excuse us for being an actual parent, right? Show up, be the parent, right? You were the one that decided to have a child with this man or this woman. You are forever connected for the rest of your life, period. Regardless of what you say, you are now connected to that person for the rest of their life. And that is something that it is what it is, right? So we're not going to try to fight one way or the other. We want to make sure that we stay connected to the child. So my thoughts, and when I said I was going to say this later, is this. I think we need a combination of all of these in a sense. Now, the uninvolved part, because I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't know how you're going to be uninvolved." The uninvolved part is this piece. It's if a child is growing up or doing some stuff, we can't always run to their rescue either, right? So you got to kind of take kind of almost like your hands off, and that's what I would call a little uninvolved. Not that you're uninvolved, you really focus and concentrate on making sure, but sometimes you got to let them bump their head, right? You have to kind of let them bump their head a little bit. Now, I'm not saying let them, jump on concrete. No, not that, but kind of let them bump their heads so they can learn through experience as well. And you don't create a habit to where they're always looking at you to pull them out, to raise them, to do everything and run to their rescue. Now, sometimes you got to kind of like take your hands off and let them run. Now, most mothers, that's probably the hardest, is to take your hands off, right? Because most mothers I've talked to, is like, listen, this individual grew inside of me. And no, I'm not, I want to protect, I want to protect, I want to protect, I want to protect. I want to be mama bear. I want to make sure I get all of that. But sometimes you got to let them bump their heads, figure it out themselves, and go from there. All right. But I think overall, I think we need a little bit of all of them to be a well-rounded parent and have that great rounded parenting style and skill. Because one of the things that I noticed today as individuals are growing up and the children are growing up and they're doing certain things like social media, what I'm noticing the advancement of technology and all of the great things that it's doing, I also think it's taking away some of the human skill or the human touch because a lot of things people are just not into. and they don't know how to react when they put into a social setting, right? A lot of kids that I'm noticing is just like they don't know how to react to a social setting. I'm not saying anything is wrong with whether social media or games. A lot of people playing like the different board, I don't say board games, but the Xboxes and all of those things. So right, you got an Xbox, a PlayStation, excuse me, whatever else is out there. Excuse me again. So you playing all of those games, but you're taking away the human touch, that human aspect, and being in a circle or being somewhere where you can, collectively be in contact with other humans and resolve certain situations. And a lot of times, for whatever reason, we have failed, in my opinion, a way to connect both of them where they can still get the human space, but also be able to enjoy the technology. So I think we have to still work towards that medium, some kind of way to be able to put both of those together and we can do some powerful things, right? So again, I know y'all laughed at me how I pronounced one of those words. I'm not going to try to do it again. I'm not even messing with y'all today. It's okay. Y'all can talk about me. It is absolutely okay. I have no issues with it whatsoever. So listen, guys, I appreciate it. I thought this would be great to discuss and to talk about. Just send me a message back. Which one are you? Just simple. Which one are you? Go to YouTube and send me one back. Just which one are you? And let's have some fun with it and let's enjoy. So for those that again, logging in for the first time, thank you for logging in and tuning in and having some fun with us. And those that are not, and y'all continuously come back, thank you guys so very much. I truly appreciate it. I really pray, hope, and wish you guys are absolutely getting something out of this. So again, go to all of my social media platforms, LinkedIn, what is it? LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then of course go to my YouTube channel, Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. LET''S. Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. And that's D as in David, OUCETTE. So with that being said, go there, like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification button. So when we do drop some of these private messages and private thoughts and private saying and empowerment message and teaching and coaching and all of those things, that you'll get the notification right away. Ask somebody else to join us next week. Like, subscribe, share, all of those good things, and let's go to work. Listen, I am absolutely enjoying you guys, and I'm enjoying doing the podcast. Let's make some more magic happen. Invite some more people. Come on out. Let's have some more fun next week on Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. I will see you guys on the beaches of the world. God bless. And guess what? We out. I know y'all love my intro and outro music. We out. Peace.